Hi there, welcome back to Hair Romance. I'm Christina and this is day 11 of my Good Hair Q&A series. I can't believe I've been filming for 11 straight days. That's probably why I can't talk now. But today we have another question, and this is about curly hair and getting volume at the roots. Today's question comes from Andrea, and she writes, I have curly hair that has no volume at the roots. I tried Diva clips, but still no volume. Have you any tips on how to get the curl to the root? Well, yes I do, and here are a few suggestions. Hopefully we'll get your hair the way you want to wear it. Tip number 1 is to change your part. Normally I part my hair on this side, but by flipping my hair over to part from the opposite side, I immediately have a little bit more volume on top. Now, if you don't want to part your hair on the other side, that's still okay. What I'd recommend is just shifting your part a little bit, either a little bit deeper on the side or a little bit closer to the center. Just moving it around slightly will work really well to add some instant volume to your hair. Tip number 2 is to experiment with the clips again. Andrea, I know you said you tried the clips, but I want you to give them another try. If you haven't heard of the Diva clips before, they're part of the Diva curl, like the curly girl method way of styling. And that's where you use a flat pin curl clip. They have their own specialist clips, but I just use these regular pin curl clips. They're flat, they're like that old school one where you'd pin your hair around like 1950s style, but they work really well because they hold your hair flat at the roots and they allow your hair to dry in place so you have more volume. It takes a little while to get these clips right in your hair. I had to experiment quite a lot, and so it might mean that you need to use different amounts of hair or place them in different spots or use more clips than you think you were using before. Give them another try and experiment a couple of times and see how they work. Clipping at the roots really does give you a lot more volume, but it does take a while to get it right exactly for your hair. Now, tip number 3 works a little bit in with tip number 2, and that's I want you to try diffusing your hair with your hair upside down. You can try this with the clips in your roots as well, or just see how you go without them. When I let my hair air dry, I actually have quite flat roots. The weight of my hair won't weigh it down, and so by diffusing with my head upside down, it's really important to do it upside down, you are able to sort of free your curls, let them take shape, and dry them exactly as they are when they're wet. The longer you let them air dry, they sort of start to hang down and become a bit looser and sit a little flatter at the roots. If you don't like diffusing your hair, that's okay, just give it a try with the clips, but this really is the way to get more volume at the roots of your hair. Tip number 4 is to try volume powders. Now, the ingredients of these aren't curly girl friendly, so if you're following that method strictly, you won't be able to use them, but this is why I don't follow the curly girl method strictly. These products really work. All you do is sprinkle a little bit along your roots and work them in with your fingertips, and like magic, they'll just spring your roots up and give you instant volume. They add a kind of grit to your hair, just allows it to have so much more lift and volume all over your head. They're one of my favorite products that I can't live without, and I'll link to another video where I show you a little bit more how I use them as well. And tip number 5 is to try backcombing. If volume powders aren't your thing, you can go old school and do what the volume powder does, and that's backcomb at the roots. By using a fine comb and going quite gently, you won't damage your hair, but you will just get that lift exactly where you want it. Try and avoid your part line and around the face, and do the sort of layers around underneath, and then let your curls go back over the top, and you'll have a lot more volume in your hair. You can use a hairspray as well if you want it to set it a little bit more. I really hope these tips help you get more volume in your curly hair. Let me know what you do to style your hair for more volume in the comments below. Give this video a like if you're enjoying the series, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!